What is up guys, Julian Mikkel here of Social Vignerons, back with another wine video, doing something a little bit different today, but this is episode 20 of the Tasting with Julian series. Doing something a little different today. This is just me, no cut, no editing, me sharing my thoughts and my experience with wine. We are going to explore something that I think not many people that try wine experience and know about tasting wine. This is my top tip on how to taste wine properly and how to experience a much deeper, stronger, fuller experience, fuller appreciation of wine. I was thinking most people taste wine in two dimensions, and that's valid for many wine connoisseurs, many wine people I know, and it's valid for most wine consumers as well. Most people taste wine in two dimensions: aromas, what you sniff in the glass, and flavors. So you approach a wine, oh, maybe you can squeeze the appearance in it, but let's stick to two dimensions. You sniff the wine, you smell a bit of fruit here, a bit of spices there, a bit of oak, a bit of vanilla. You appreciate the nose, and that's very important. You should definitely spend time appreciating the aroma, the aromatic profile, everything that comes out of the wine, because that tells you a story to start with, and that gives you a much better appreciation of wine than if you just go ahead and sip the whole glass. First dimension, aromatic profile, super important. That's great. Second dimension, flavors. You sip the wine. And yeah, this champagne is really good and it has a lot of flavors to it. You analyze the flavors. Has it got tannins? How is the acidity? How is the body? Sweet, dry, sugar, the body. You can analyze a whole lot of things, and that's also a great thing. Those two dimensions can tell you fantastic stories about wine, and you can see, you can sense, you can analyze a lot about a wine. Just like when you're looking at a picture, it can be a fantastic picture and you can still dream. You can see a lot of fantastic things with two dimensions, you know. And that's why a lot of people stick to those two dimensions. But there is a third dimension to wine, and that's the length and the evolution of the wine on your palate and on the back of your palate. Let me explain. When you put a wine on your palate, the sensations that it gives you evolve and vary over time. When you put the wine into your mouth, if it's a little chill, it's cold on your palate, the acidity attacks your palate, or if it's the sugar, you get a first big burst of impression. Then the wine warms up on your palate, the tannins do their thing, they react with the proteins on your palate, the bubbles come out. If it's a sparkling wine, there's a whole chemistry of things going on your palate. The body coats your taste buds. It reacts with the acidity, so that's called the mid palate, what happens in the middle of the palate. And then you swallow the wine, you spit it out, and all the warmed up aromas are vaporized, are steamed on the back of your palate, and they go up your nose, and that gives you the finish. So how the wine evolves and goes up and down on your palate, the different sensation that it gives you for the 10, 20, 30, 40 seconds that you keep the wine on your palate, this is the third dimension of a wine. When you are a winemaker, when you are a very fine connoisseur of wine, this is actually what you pay attention to, how the wine is balanced around the whole tasting experience, from when you put it in your mouth up to when you swallow it or when you spit it out. And that's what makes a complete tasting experience whole. people that blend wines, people that blend champagnes, people that blend Bordeaux blends and red blends, and even people that analyze single vineyard Pinot Noirs from Burgundy. Everyone pays attention to how complete a tasting experience of wine is on your palate. An ideal wine, a perfect wine, should be pungent and pleasant at first, not attack you too aggressively at first, and then it should stay like a bowl, like a round bowl, still with some good acidity to keep you interested, to keep some tension to the tasting experience, and then it should finish with layers and layers and layers of aromas to the finish, so you can taste the wine for 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes after you taste it. So essentially, everyone that tastes wines deeply, thoroughly pays attention to that third layer, and that's the third dimension, and that's the time dimension to a wine tasting. So next time you taste a wine, don't stick to, oh yeah, it smells like this, it tastes like this, it's dry, it's sweet, it's salty, it's this or it's that. What's important is how it evolves on your palate and how it develops, and all the different sensations that it gives you from when you put it on your palate, from how it evolves on the mid palate, and everything that happens while you're tasting, to how and the stories that it tells you on the finish. And this just simply multiplies your perception of what a wine is. It will allow you to understand what the blend is, what the blend has done, the variety that brings some more acidity, the varieties that blend, that give more body, more roundness, and that will tell you a lot more about the terroir, about the variety, about the winemaking. You know how the barrels will bring some more oily body. It will tell you all the stories that you have into a wine. So yeah, that's it. That was my little tasting tip on how to taste wine properly and much deeper than 99% of wine tasters that I know. Not many people know that. Let me know what you think. Let me know if that's true for you. Let me know if you haven't experienced this yet. Try next time on your wine tasting and let me know what you think. If you know people that might be interested in this, please share it with them and let them know to let me know what they think. This was episode 20 of Tasting with Julian. Let me know if I should do more of those ranting videos, and I will see you soon in the wine world.